Finally got a prompt. I didn't record yesterday, and that's all right. But the prompt for today is a book that changed my mind. I gotta say, one of the books that I'll just give a couple of the books that I enjoyed. The first one is The Richest Man in Babylon and The Wealthy Barber. Both of those books I could listen to again and again and again and again. I'm not a big reader for books. I have read books, but I do a lot of driving, or did a lot of driving. And it's very easy to put a book on, listen to the book, excuse me, and just enjoy it. And I've listened to those books so many times that I'm very familiar with, like, the way that they're read, the stories, and they're just good books. I enjoy them. They got good principles in them, similar principles for anybody that's read or listened to either of them. They both kind of fit well together. So that's a book that changed my mind. I don't know if it really changed my mind, but it definitely helps to, I like listening to it, and I like the mindset that I have with those books. Oh, excuse me. For the weight today, it was 240 pounds. I didn't track my calories too much. Had a light lunch and a good amount of calories for dinner. Also didn't really have any snacks or anything. Probably should have been closer on my calories than the amount of effort that I put into it today, but I didn't, and that's not a big deal. As of the day of this recording, I like the way that's said. I was corrected one time on a YouTube comment, and I thought it was the funniest thing. But as of the day of this recording, it's Mother's Day, and I didn't, have all the snacks. Dinner was a healthy dinner. It was pulled pork with asparagus and Brussels sprouts, and it was amazing. No bread, no cupcakes, none of it. As much as I wanted it. So, but it was a nice day today. I did radio a lot today. I did, what did I do for radio? I set up an antenna in my backyard, and I made a bunch of contacts. Some notable ones, Belgium, I believe, was one of them. So that's, a homemade loop antenna in my backyard. And this antenna, it could be great. I'll say that I think the SWR is a little high on it, and that's all right. I think it is probably better suited for maybe 10 meters. I don't know. I think I need a bigger capacitor, honestly. Maybe not so much. I'll have to look into it. I think it's a really cool antenna. Probably one of my favorite antenna builds that I've made, and it's fun to hear some of the stations that come in and get into these other stations, and it's incredible for what amounts to, I think it was maybe $40 in material, a piece of copper tubing, like refrigeration line. I don't even think I cut it. I think I just put it on there, and it was like 25 or 30 feet. So that was, and I've had this antenna for a little bit. What else do I got? So with this antenna, it's literally just propped against the tree. And with the capacitor, it's got like jumper wire cable clips. It's kind of scary to look at, and the reactions I get from some of my ham radio friends is worth just keeping it around. But it was a nice day for ham radio. It was beautiful weather. I went outside. I stepped away from my office, went out to the yard there, and just kind of enjoyed it. It was cold and windy, and I didn't have to be outside, but I did anyway because that's where the antenna was, and I just wanted to play with a different antenna. I've got a really nice tower with a 3-element beam on it, which is awesome. It works great, but sometimes it's just fun to play with the portable rig outside and kind of test it out while I'm not trying to get it set up at a park, So I got some other antennas that I'm looking to play with and see what they can do. There is one antenna that I really like. It is I don't know how to describe it. I've heard it. It's a flower pot antenna. The neat thing about this is for, 2 meters, it's kind of stealthy, but, the antenna itself is for 20 meters. So it goes straight up, and I normally mount it to a mast, but my mast broke. And while that's not a huge thing, I have not replaced it yet. So I've gone on to other antennas for Parks in the Air, and they seem to work out fine. Especially with going to a park and calling CQ. The antenna, I'm not going to say it matters less, but everybody's trying to get into you or contact you as opposed as to you trying to get through a pile up. So, a nice antenna that's hooked up and just has a good reading. It works out. So I haven't really replaced it. Also, I'm able to tune it kind of easy. It's portable. It breaks down on a tripod, and it has not made me feel like I was missing out on the other one. I did like the other one because I could lean it right in a tree, and it was already basically just tuned for, the frequency I wanted it. But I'll have to get it up in a tree and see what I can do with it, and just test it from my house. It was a good antenna. I absolutely loved it. I think I even had like a choke built into it. It was just one piece of coax, and it was just ready to go. So it was cool. I like that antenna. It was a good build, and I'll probably have to set it up and make some contacts with it. So what else do I got? Tomorrow's Monday, so that's the thing. Not excited about it. I'm ready to spread my wings, but whatever. A few more years. Is what it is. I've got it down to where I want it. I'll say that. Let's see, what else do I got for the books? I've got some antenna books. I'm actually going to pull those out tonight and look through them and see what I can do for making an antenna for my channel, my ham radio channel. That channel, very excited about it. I've got 24 subscribers. I think only 2 of them are me, so that's cool. The rest are pretty organic, but nothing wrong with priming the pump. So but still, it's pretty cool to see people subscribing to your channel. And I like that the last video I've got is still getting a ton of views, which is not common for this channel or the other channel. So that is neat. On the target shooting channel, you know, I had one video hit like, it was a short, hit like 50,000 views, and that was cool. It was very cool, but I haven't done much with that channel. I've got to get back to it, but there's only so many hours in a day. I'm gonna sign off, and if you stayed this far, thanks for watching, baby. Love you.